progress.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Jim. I apologize. I'm going to pulling in the budget. Find out if I got your money. Oh, okay.
Any help? I'm calling you up here. All righty then. Yeah, no, I got that. She's in a couple right here. So I'm just going to refer to you as Governor Ross. And you're a guest, Jack Gray. Okay. And there's the band. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to start the meeting. Okay. We have the Sergeant of Arms.
Good morning. If you'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now we'll play the national anthem.
Okay.
Our neighbors to the north. And you may sing along.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us some men. Car s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Thank you, sir. And now, join us in the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And remember, we're emphasizing the bold text here. So first,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
fourth,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
fifth,
Is it fun?
sixth.
I don't know. Bacon.
Canadian bacon.
Mr. President.
Thank you for that. You guys may be seated. And Gary, do you have an inspirational comment?
I do.
Awesome.
May the dreams you hold dearest be those that come true, and the kindness you spread keep returning to you.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And so we have a couple guests here today. Of course, we have the Governor Raj here, and then we have the foundation chair, Jack Ray. So, and is there any other? And Dwayne Rhodes is the assistant. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I was wondering. And with that, I know he wanted to be the first in the front of the meeting, so why don't you come on up? You ready for that?
No, Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne, yeah. Dwayne, come on up and introduce these people. Dwayne Rhodes, our assistant governor. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, President Chris. It's good to be here this morning. I'm happy. I think everybody ought to that you could make it here. I was listening to the traffic report. I'm just really glad I don't live in Seattle.
We are too.
Yeah, it's not accidental we ended up here, huh? District Governor Raj was born in the south of India. He has a Bachelor of Civil Engineering degree and a master's in hydraulic engineering. That's from schools in India. And a master's in mechanics and hydraulics from the US. He came to Canada in 1973 and now lives in White Rock. Retired, kind of, still provides worldwide assistance on subjects in his expertise. Raj has extensive experience at senior levels in the World Bank, the United Nations specialized agencies. I asked him, what's a specialized agency? Well, you know, it's like the World Health Organization and organizations like that that are part of the UN. Okay. His experience includes working on sustainable, large-scale water resources development and management projects, so irrigation and hydropower. In many countries, including, bear with me here, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cameroon, Canada, China, Ethiopia, Ghana, India, Moldova, Mongolia, Nepal, Nigeria, Pakistan, not done yet, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Tanzania, Thailand, Turkey, the United States, and Vietnam. And I understand he signed up to go to Mars. He's a director of the Sources Foundation in White Rock, which operates various facilities to meet the needs of the community. And he's a director of the New Bridge Academy, helping to build bridges between incoming Chinese immigrant community and area residents. Raj joined the Rotary Club of White Rock in 2014 under the classification of International Water Resources Development and Management. And he assures me that they got that all on one name badge. He was club president in 2016 and 2017. He's a multiple Paul Harris Fellow and a major donor to the Rotary Foundation. He's chair of the Canada-Tunisia Intercountry Cultural Committee of Rotary International. I learned a lot reading this biographical sketch because I asked him, I said, do they have intercountry cultural committees for other countries besides Tunisia? And he says, yeah, there's lots of them. Okay, live and learn. He's a member of 3 Rotary action groups: water and sanitation, environmental sustainability, and honoring Indigenous people, as well as a member of the Whiskey Dram Rotary Fellowship Group. He says that's the good one. Raj enjoys trekking and general hiking. He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in the 80s and trekked up to the base camp of Mount Everest 10 years ago. So please welcome Rotary District 5050's distinguished District Governor, Raj.
I think you would have memorized it by now, Dwayne. This is the fourth time I think you're introducing me, right? Anyway. Good morning, everybody. I'm not going to start any preaching here. I am only going to talk about 3 areas of focus that the present district governorship and the following governorships will try to have. The 3 main areas of focus are environment, peace and reconciliation, and diversity, equity, and inclusivity. All the 3 are actually interrelated for peaceful coexistence. Can you hear me in the back? Okay. So they are interrelated, so there's no particular order. I start with the environment because environment is the new 7th focus area of the Rotary Foundation, and it is being given a full thrust by Rotary International. The current president of Rotary International, Jennifer Jones, who happens to be a Canadian as well, she was the co-chair of the task force that was debating whether environment should be included as a new focus area of the Rotary International. The other co-chair was Ian Risley, the then president of Rotary International. They both were passionate about the subject of environment, not in terms of any divisive issue about climate change or something like that, but to look at the environment as one sustainable element in any development work we do and in any community projects we do. So now she is president, and this is the focus area, and it has come into play from July 1 of this year, 2022, where you can actually get a district grant or a global grant from Rotary International for any projects that you do focused on environment alone. Before that, environment was a subject of some other project. It was not a standalone investment. Now you can do that. So if you are interested in doing any environmental projects, please do so. Please apply for the grants. Of course, the district grant deadline has expired for this year, but you can apply for global grants if you have a Rotary Club of other part of the world to join you. We have I have with me the District Rotary Foundation Chair, Jack, and he can tell you all about district grants and global grants if you need to know. But I think your club and your assistant governor, they know all about it, so I don't have to go into that. The one way of increasing memberships is to look at formation of new clubs. New clubs bring in immediately 20 to 25 members. Instead of looking for 1 or 2 members per club, it's easier if we can form new clubs. And we are looking at new clubs formation on the basis of focus themes. Because if a bunch of guys and girls get together who have a same passion, say environment, they want to do something for the environment, you can form an environment club. And the one club has been formed on the other side of the border here, district border here, in Puget Sound. There is an environmental club of Puget Sound has been formed last year. We worked on it in our district 50-50, and I'm happy to say that one environment club has been formed north of the border in White Rock, and they are called the Rotary Club of Nature Celebrators, British Columbia, Canada. They are not a nudist club. All right, at least to my knowledge. I have signed off on the paper, so I hope. And so we would like to have a Rotary Club focused on environment in this part of the district. If anybody is interested, let us know. We don't need to have grab people from the existing club, but it could be that there are people out there who are interested in something, but they don't really want to join Rotary. So we can bring Rotary to them saying, okay, if this is your interest, this is what you want to concentrate on, please come to us, we'll form a new club. So if you know anybody, please let me know. And David Lukoff is the next district governor. And we both are working on the formation of new clubs, and he's assisting me in the formation of new clubs. So if anybody is interested in environmental oriented new club, please contact me, your friends, your relatives in the community, maybe a lot of people who are already doing stuff with the environment, and we can bring them together and have an environment focused club. The second theme is peace and reconciliation. You will see in all the documents, you will see here, will it build goodwill, will it build understanding? When we say peace, everybody says, what's that got to do with the Rotary? It is peace and goodwill and understanding is every document of the Rotary you will see. And the Rotary International was the official delegation, one of the official delegations of the government of the United States in the formation of United Nations. You had a seat, we had a seat. And even now, if you go to New York and go to the UN General Assembly, you will see a special place for Rotary International. Every year, the UN has one Rotary International Day. And the Rotary International President meets with the Secretary General of the United Nations to discuss in what ways the two organizations can work together to promote peace and understanding overall in the world. After all, we have 1.4 million ambassadors that they can use to bring this concept forward. Now, in the local community, everywhere in the world, there is a lot of polarization taking place. In Canada, a lot of polarization taking place. You would have never thought that a police officer would be killed in Canada, but yet in the last 3 months, we have lost 5 police officers either shot to death or stabbed to death. Part of it is because of mental illness. A lot of people, because of the pandemic, have lost their livelihoods, have lost their lives, they have lost their wives or husbands, and living on the street. This is causing a lot of issues. Unless we address it, unless we try to sort it out, take the stigma out of being homeless and saying, okay, what can we do about it? That is what Rotarians do. I mean, we had opened a lot of soup kitchens, a lot of hot lunch programs once the pandemic hit. And these are people who were otherwise living in very expensive condominiums. I know I come from White Rock, which is one of the richest parts of Canada. You cannot get a condominium for less. If you come in now, it's impossible to get a house or a condominium, less than $1 million. And these people came because the best school system, best school district, and best place to live in terms of right next to the ocean. And pandemic hit, wife lost a job, husband lost a job, then ended up in divorce, and there are a lot of problems. So peace and reconciliation is not only between countries, it's between societies, between neighbors, between partners. So we are trying to promote peace and reconciliation also as a possible thing for a new club. We haven't formed any peace and reconciliation clubs yet in District 5050, but we hope to do at least 2 before the end of the Rotary year in June 30th of 2023. We hope we can find some place for us. And Rotary is deeply involved. If you go back to my old stomping ground, since I worked in the World Bank in Virginia, at the George Mason University, there is the Jimmy Carter School for Peace and Reconciliation. And in November, the Rotary International is holding a conference there on the subject of peace and reconciliation. So if anybody wants to go to Virginia and participate, you're more than welcome to do so. And the person who has spearheaded this is a past district governor from Oregon, Al Jubitz. And he started the first Rotary Action Group for Peace. And he is very much involved. And we are trying to get him to come and speak to us at our district conference in May 5, 6, and 7. It's at the Sheraton Guildford Hotel, very near Vancouver, but before Vancouver. So if you haven't registered already, registration is open. Please go to our website, rotarydistrict5050.org, and instead of like the past, then you have to go searching for where to register in the left column or the right column or the bottom of the home page or whatever. We have now put it right up center. It's staring you in the face as soon as you open the page. Okay. I don't know how long it will remain there, but we will try. We'll try to keep it there. And then the last one I want to come to is the DEI, the elephant in the middle of the room. DEI is not about race, religion, and color alone. It's maybe in some cases that may be the most important things for some people. But DEI is much broader than race, religion, and color. It's about people with visible differences and visible disabilities and invisible differences and invisible difficulties. I'll take two as an example. People in wheelchairs, either because they have a problem due to other diseases, or they had an accident, they had a big accident, whatever. People in wheelchairs, are they members of your club? Are they involved in the projects that you do? Every time we talk about DEI, we think, oh, we have to bring in members. That's not the issue. The issue is, are your projects reflective of the communities in which you live in or we live in? And there it comes a difference. If you look at a person with a wheelchair, you know, we all know people of our own types or whatever, engineers, and for me, engineers, yes, for somebody else, doctors, whatever, right? So, and I must admit, I felt very uncomfortable dealing with a person in a wheelchair 20 years ago. It was my bias. Oh, okay, what to do? And then I met people, and they were very productive people in the community. They were doing wonderful work. And I said, holy shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. That is the engineer in me. Okay. But then I said, you know what? This is something that we can look at. Right? And then I found one day in the World Bank in 2004, I think, we said, okay, guys, all you guys who come in, we are in Washington, D.C., 2 blocks from the White House, and we have 10,000 people working there in different disciplines, engineers, doctors, education specialists, whatever. We say, okay, we will have 1,000 wheelchairs in the ground floor. When you enter, you can pick one and run one of your days sitting in a wheelchair. Do your job sitting in a wheelchair. You're fully mobile. So many people thought, well, what the hell, we'll do it. So they went in, they took the chairs, and they tried to do their normal day's work sitting in a wheelchair. And at 5 o'clock, we had a conference saying, hey, how did you guys do? Or how did you girls do? And impossible. This is very difficult. Yes, we had accessibility. We were sitting in a wheelchair. Yes, that was fine. But the way we do our business is not conducive to a guy sitting in a wheelchair. Like, I don't know, if you're sitting in a big building, 20-story building in the World Bank, and then you're always running between meetings or design meetings or whatever, and you always shout, hey, hold that elevator, I'm coming. You can't do that if you're in a wheelchair. So the guys could not do their regular job at the end of the day. So we all learned something. I said, okay, it's not just about accessibility, but then accessibility is the starting point. But what do we do at the end of the day? How do we manage this? And how do we actually use the talents of these people, right? So that's going to be one of the focus areas of our district conference. And disabilities, when you talk about disabilities, visible disabilities, Dwayne has introduced me to two lawyers, right, Dwayne? Both are blind.
An attorney and his wife.
Both are blind.
No, he's blind.
Okay, and he is going to be at our conference. Okay, have you ever thought of having a blind person as a member of the Rotary Club? You see people walking with a white cane and they are doing their regular business, they're living properly, but I have not seen, okay, I have not seen, that doesn't mean anything, but I have not seen a single blind person in the Rotary clubs that I have dealt with. I have not seen them. We have 2,300 members. I do not believe in our district. Maybe James, you know better than me, you are the editor. of the piece. I don't think so. So when we talked about disability, Dwayne offered in the meeting at Marysville, Dwayne said, listen, I will bring this person. They are blind. So we are putting together a panel discussion with the person in a wheelchair who has been a cabinet minister in our state, in BC, person of blindness, and a person who is deaf, basically bringing people who are differently able to see what we Rotarians can learn from them and benefit from them. So it's not a question of just bringing in DEI membership. It's not an equal opportunity membership or something like that, but it is more than that. So please, if you have not thought about it before, please think about it in these lines, that there is more to disability. And there are a lot of things we can do. San Juan Islands, I was there 2 days ago, and there's a professor who lives in San Juan Islands. He's a professor at Stanford University, and he suddenly took interest in this little paraplegic boy. And he said, why not we do something? Why don't we bring in advanced technology to make use of the talents of this person? And he flew this little boy, teenage boy now, to Palo Alto, California, his first flight and first flight anywhere out of the islands. And then now they are putting together a program in Stanford University to see what they can do, because he will have a deteriorating brain condition as time goes on. But at the moment, he's very sharp, very clever, he's doing stuff. So think about it in that manner. And if you combine all the three, environment, peace and reconciliation, and DEI, you come to our conference theme. Our conference theme was worked by Rotarians, just like you and me. What we have 10, 12 people in our conference committee, and anybody who wants to join the conference committee, you're more than welcome. We are looking for members and we are looking for ideas. And the theme of the conference is Imagine a Peaceful and Inclusive World. And all the sessions will be on that theme. Imagine a peaceful and inclusive world. And we are trying to bring in international experts, national experts. I've got some suggestions from the other clubs about people from Washington State. And on peace and reconciliation, they connected me with the U.S. government Veterans Administration, and where some soldiers who came back with PTSD, U.S. soldiers coming back with PTSD, and our soldiers, many of them commit suicide. And this gentleman was on the suicide watch, but he made it, and he's now an administrator at VA, and he is going to come and talk to us. So basically, it just opens ideas. That's all. Opens eyes and brings new ideas to us. That's about it. So we're trying to bring in speakers of the time. And one more thing, we always hear what Rotary International is doing, blah, blah. So we thought, okay, is there a guy, is there a director of the Rotary International Board? When did he or she visit District 5050 last time? And I found out for the last 15 years, nobody from Chicago has visited District 5050. We always joke in Canada, and I'm sure you do the same in Seattle, in western part of Washington. We say, you cross the Rockies, Canada doesn't exist. And that is partly true because all our population is concentrated in Ontario and Quebec. So I remember in my younger days, my friends used to call me from Vancouver, hey, should I go to vote? I said, no, it's over. The election is over. Don't worry. By the time it comes to you, because of a 3-hour time difference, they have even counted the votes, and this party has won. So if you want to go, go ahead, but otherwise it's over, right? So I called, and I managed to get one director of Rotary International. He's confirmed, Drew Kessler. Drew Kessler is also our zone director, and he will come and talk to us on Sunday, the 7th of May. And he's actually doing his very best to accommodate me. He's arriving at about 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and then he'll join us Sunday early morning, like this. And then he will provide us information about what Rotary is doing. As you know, Rotary is trying to restructure itself. They're trying to eliminate the position of the district governor. They want to make it a much flatter organization. So that an experiment is being done in Australia. A couple of districts there, they don't have a district governor this year, and they're trying to see how the clubs will work in a regional basis. That might be better. So these are new things that they're trying. It's better to hear from the horse's mouth. So Drew Kester will be there, but don't come just on a Sunday morning. Please come on Friday, because we're also going to have, what was the other one, last four-way test, James? Fun. So we are going to have, because of our community is diverse in that part of the district, we're going to have Japanese dancers, Chinese dancers, Indian dancers, North American dancers, and indigenous community dancers. And most probably all of them will come for free. So I don't have to spend money on that. We are also trying to get some people who are well known in the environmental themes. You probably know Jane Goodall. Anybody knows Jane Goodall? You know Jane Goodall, right? She's the chimpanzee lady, and I know her from my days in the World Bank, because we work with other people. For us at that time, it was good for her to come and be seen in the World Bank, but now she's become too big, so she's asking for a lot of money to come to our district conference. So we're trying to see how we can manipulate, how we can twist a few arms and get her to come. So we're trying. Those are not yet confirmed, but we're trying. So please register right away. You will get a reduced rate, and you will not regret it. This is going to be a district conference like nothing you have seen before. We are trying to bring in external people. There are professors in Fraser Valley University, in Washington State universities, who are doing research on peace and reconciliation. And we are going to bring them all together for a panel discussion. Then every Rotarian can throw questions at them and ask what you want to know. We challenge people. It's not just, oh, Pete, okay, no, challenge. And then you may want to change your mind, or you may want to intensify the things that you do. So my request is, please imagine big, dream big, and deliver big. Thank you. If you have any questions, I will answer. Sorry.
I do have one question. The White Rock Environmental Club, do they have a website yet? Do they have information about what they're doing?
They've just started on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
I can give you the contacts, and I can give you the contact of the charter president, his email, and you can contact him.
That's great, thanks.
Okay. Now, every district governor visit, we always ask the club if they have anyone that they want to recognize, especially during the governor visit. And your club has chosen 3 persons. I don't know if they're here or here. Chris, Jim Hogan. Jim Hogan, that's you, sir. Please come over. And Don Everson. Please come over. And Gary O'Reilly. I saw Gary O'Reilly. Please.
Right in the middle.
Let me read the write-up I got. Jim Hogan, Club Services and Foundation Chair, is a pillar in our community, and everyone knows him. When he's tasked with a project or has a great idea, he's all over it and goes the extra mile to get things done. He always comes prepared for the project with tools, equipment for everyone. Nothing gets in his way, as he will make time for phone call, meeting people who can help get our project moving forward. Jim is a great people person with great people skill and is always willing to help anyone regardless of Rotary. Rotary is his passion as well as helping his community. He's on the Parks Board too, the environmental person. Jim is very instrumental on just about everything Rotary does. He's always a participant with everything Rotary does, and we do a lot of cool projects because of Jim. Jim makes sure they get done, and we have fun doing them. We love Jim's enthusiasm, and he's a bright light in our club. And another fantastic attribute is his knowledge of how Rotary functions. He's a wealth of ideas and really fun to be with when working on a project. A real community leader. So, Jim.
You know all of that?
It's all true, right? Don Everson is our incoming president-elect. Don has done an outstanding job as our major fundraiser for our Corks and Kegs auction this year. He has put in many countless hours organizing the many moving parts of the auction in very little time, getting the club all going in the right direction to successfully make it happen. He has done an outstanding job, and we made a ton of money. We need him on our committee. I'm serious. He has done an outstanding job, and we made a ton of money, right? It was a live in-person event and went off without a hitch. Very fun and successful. Don also sets up our Zoom equipment for our Friday meetings. He'll be a great president the next year. Congratulations. Gary O'Reilly, club secretary, is a well-known leader in our community who volunteers countless hours for our club and in other areas of our community. He's always available to help with question day or night, and he knows the functions of how Rotary works inside and out. Gary is at all events, helping and also taking photos for our publicity, club webpage, club runner, and marketing outlets. He's a great and fun person to be around no matter what project is going on, or to sit down and plan out strategy for the next project. Gary handles all our paperwork and does a fantastic job and is always prepared. Gary is outstanding leader in our club and pillar in our community. Congratulations.
Thank you.
They will be receiving a certificate, which hopefully will be in your living room for a while.
Cool.
You want to induct a new member now?
Yeah, that would be great. She's on, the other person has a school meeting they're involved with, but Vicky Peters, I think, is up here on the screen.
Okay.
Kyle Lee, no, he's right here. You can come up if you like. This is the packet that we'll have. Don's the neighbor, and he can give the packet to Vicky, so whatever you take it away.
Yes, 1 second, sir.
I think she's gonna get her camera as well.
No, I have a little
Okay, good, yeah.
blue.
Vicky. Victoria.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
good, how are you?
Good.
Good, so we're here, the district governor, Raj, is here, and we're gonna present you with Kyle.
So, Kyle and Victoria are the two.
No, this is Kyle, he's in charge of membership, but
Oh, okay.
Victoria up there, Peters is the one, and the other one's not here.
Okay.
Victoria.
So, Victoria.
Yes.
Rotary is an international organization of business and professional people with Rotary clubs all over the world. When one joins Rotary, he or she, in your case, she becomes a part of a worldwide fraternity. You can travel throughout most of the world and find a Rotary club within easy distance. Rotarians will welcome you warmly, even though the language may be different, the food unusual, and the location far from home. I know this personally. And it's nice to be with somebody who shares a similar idea 10,000 miles away. And if you go to Europe, they actually treat you like
Like a Rotarian.
yeah. If you go to Tunisia as well. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying by each Rotarian of his occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal service by every Rotarian to his personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. It's a very old document. It only talks with his, it actually has her too, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to change my document. So, Victoria, I charge you, I ask you to judge yourself by the Rotary four-way test of the things you think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? You agree to these four conditions?
Yes.
Okay, great. We have a lot to learn from Rotary. It's not just another club, it's a way of life, but you are elected to membership because your club feels you would fit into this way of life. You'll be, always remember Rotary's motto, service above self. Rotary is like everything else, you get out of it what you put into it. So congratulations, Rotarian Victoria. You are at this moment the newest Rotarian in the world.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, so you know, you have a packet here that has a certificate in here for you as well. It kind of goes over the Rotary basics. It gives you an actual challenge coin, which is the Rotary one with Paul Harris on it, and then you should have your badge, which I see. You have it. She has it. Okay. So this will be available for you. I'll leave it with Gary for you. So, or we'll figure out how to get it to you. And congratulations. Or Don. Yes, Don. Never mind. I'll give it to Don and we'll get that out to you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Congratulations.
This is yours, right? Okay, I'm done.
And I have a little, I know we're not supposed to give out gifts, but it's not really a gift, but it's a flag here from the Rotary Club of Lake Stevens. Have you heard of them?
Yes, yes.
You have? Okay, so there's this, you can have that. And the president.
Can I take a picture with you?
Yeah, you can. Somebody has a camera? Here, wait.
If you got a smile, Chris.
Okay,
Got it.
good. Yeah, and then we have, you have the foundation and Jack over here and the president has a little discretionary fund. So we'd like to donate $100 on your behalf for being here today. So,
Right. Yeah, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Great.
Have a nice day.
Hopefully,
Yeah, it will.
it was raining from 4:30 this morning when we got into the car.
Wipers are going all the time.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. Thank you for both of you for being here. I guess right now, I'll just ask if anybody has a foundation question for Jack, we'll just throw that out.
If I could take a moment though, just to make
Yeah,
a plug.
okay. Yeah.
Foundation dinner will be on November the 16th, Wednesday, in Abbotsford. It's on the district website. It's $80 Canadian, so you guys get a break. And for those that are traveling some distance, if you want to stay overnight, there's a reduced rate at the hotel, and there's information on how to contact the hotel. So folks can all come.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. And with that, we'll kind of continue on with the meeting here. birthdays, we have Kevin O'Brien, who's in here. Today's his birthday, so he's probably out having cake or something for breakfast.
In Spokane.
In Spokane or whatever. So, and so now we have officers' reports, treasurer.
All good.
So, yeah, where have I heard that? Secretary report.
Just a reminder that the next board meeting is on November 17th at our facility headquarters at Bryan's.
Yeah, okay. And then Don, president-elect. Anything there?
Just that I did post on, or at least made comments on 2 sites on Facebook for our holiday boat cruise,
Oh, good.
and got a little bit of response, you know, as I kind of thought I would. But I did have one question, and maybe, Brett, you've got an answer to this. What time was the tree lighting?
For Winterfest on December 3rd, I will get you that answer.
Okay, because that was,
I know I'll be there. I just don't know what time I'll be
What
there.
time it'll be.
okay, because I think that was one of the thoughts is, you know, when should we be gathering in the cove?
I'll get you a schedule of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it from there.
Okay, perfect.
That way we can figure out before or after, whatever.
Yeah.
Perfect, okay, good. And then we have club services with Jim Hagan.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, that's something new I've never heard. Yeah. And then Brian Ruiz with Community Services.
Gifts, still do the toy drive, so keep that in mind up until the 9th. You can turn them in up until the 9th. I think is Tracy still taking them until the 12th? Is that what I've heard?
Oh, I don't know.
Tracy.
Holiday party, we could drop them off. Oh,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
okay.
I can't really hear. I'm sorry.
A little louder. We're talking about the toy drive and the cutoff and a few things like that.
Yeah, you bring it to the Christmas party
Okay.
on the 10th.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. You can drop them off sooner if you want, and I'll keep them at the office until the drop off date. Everything went great yesterday. I had to clean up things, so everybody coming out. It's actually not too bad except the wind. And then Halloween, stop by the tent and get some candy. You have to be dressed though. Don't just show up in street clothes and tell us trick or treat when I can give you anything except a rock. No, we're not doing coal, please. I'm not buying coal. Rocks are laying all around that place.
Oh my
And
God.
they're pretty, so I'm gonna give you a rock. So other than that, everything's good. We'll come out with some more projects.
On the toy drive, they've also watched gift wrapped and tape and ribbon, so those things are being collected as well.
There's specific.
And I see you have some toys on your desk.
I
That's
do.
cool.
In case I got bored.
Yeah.
They say gifts for ages 0 through 18. So no guidelines.
Okay.
And then there's only 4 spots left at the Rotary Blood Drive.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone wants to scan and snag those spots almost in the afternoon. So we've done a really good job of filling them. And if you guys don't want them, then I'll post it to the community again.
Okay, awesome, thanks.
Next Friday, right?
Friday, the 4th.
Next Friday.
Yes. So Evie, I forgot what time we signed up for. Can you remind us? If you didn't sign up, then you didn't sign up. At the last meeting. No, I know. So go ahead and scan that and grab your spot. Okay. 2:15, 2:30, and 2:45 are live. Yeah.
I thought I signed up for 45.
Then did you go home and do it?
I went on the website.
There's 2 spots per time. So you probably, you got your
Oh,
number.
okay. I walked in there. Okay.
Thank you for that. That's really important.
Very.
So now we have Foundation, Jim Hagan.
Yeah, that's doing fine too.
Excellent. I like that. So we have international services with Linda.
So I have the letters from the students that they wrote to thank everybody, and basically this group of letters I can pass around if anybody wants to read them. They're all fundamentally the same. They just thank the group for giving. They thank us for and send their blessings, and then a few specifics. And I have one specifically to Tracy and one to Rochelle that I'll be bringing you. So, yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome.
Nice
And-
letters.
Yeah, and so they've been translated into English and,
They have been translated and, yeah.
okay, great.
That's from the IPA project, just so.
IPA, yeah. Okay, great. And then membership of Kyle?
Well, we're doing great. We just, Peters is now the newest member of the world as of
Has arrived.
So, all is good.
Yeah, okay, good. And Kristen Odegaard, who is not here, she's in charge of Interact, which we'll go up and see later here. And then scholarships, I don't think Lance is here.
No, he's
Okay. And then scouts, we've had a scout troop, girls, one of the first Girl Scout troops here in our area. And they started off with like, I don't know, 4 scouts in the last 2 years ago, and now they're up to like 25. And they're doing all kinds of stuff. And now they're starting to engage with us on service projects and things like that when appropriate, kind of a thing. And Kristen's also involved with the youth protection thing, so we can all be taking that class. So that'll be kind of fun. Vicki,
Yes.
anything on public relations?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, great. And I don't know, Chris Martin was here. Is he still here? Yeah, there he is. Anything on IT?
Absolutely nothing.
It's all working
Computers are
fine.
still working, it's honestly.
Yeah.
Technology has never failed.
As long as there's only one button. And I don't see Kendra out here. I don't think she's on there either. She's our program person. She seems to be doing pretty good about filling in the gaps and things like that. So that's been working pretty good. And anything on club communications, Gary?
No, just, we'll be sending out some information on Harvest Fest and Christmas and everything as we go along.
Okay. And we do have Rotarians in Action, which is an evening meeting twice a month on Tuesdays. And I don't know, Kyle or Brian, you guys have anything on that? Rotarians in Action? No?
Everything's good.
And Tracy, I think anything on the application thing, we're still moving forward and we've got lots of time. Yeah, okay, good, excellent. And now we have, the next part of this is going to be the famous people part, which will have the Sergeant of Arms come up and do the raffle. And I just want to mention a couple of things while he's on his way up here. The famous people are, I see this person here. Anybody recognize this person? Yeah. Yeah, isn't that something? That's an amazing person that does a lot of stuff for Rotary and the community. And I'll tell you, yeah. And you know, we helped out with a triathlon there in Lake Stevens, and she was on a tandem bike for a reason, which I did not know until I read the paper, which is amazing.
Oh, you did?
She's only talked about it in several meetings.
Yeah, well, I checked out. No, that is awesome.
You might explain to Raj what that's all about, because he just talked about diversity and
Inclusion and those kind of things, and we're all over that. And this person over here does a great job of that. And she's pretty new, a couple of years probably, right?
Yeah, so I'm Amy Lewandowski. I'm a YMCA member. And there was a young girl who was discharged from the Army and so got a military discount at the YMCA. She has MS and is legally blind. And she came to the Y searching for support around doing a Ironman distance triathlon. And so being blind, she knew that she needed a guide, someone to be tethered to her for the swim, a tandem bike, and then tethered together for the run. And so our friends decided to gather around and support her. And then I ended up being the only guide that did the entire race with And she worked really hard, was so disciplined, and we built and fostered good relationships. And we're the only para-athletes at the Lake Stevens Triathlon, as well as the half Ironman distance. And we got her to the start line and got her to the finish line. And I think she inspired a lot of people, including myself and my family. And one of our other friends contacted the newspaper, and so they wrote an article on it. But it also has a lot to do with the YMCA, I think, of just being that gathering place where folks can go and feel a sense of belonging and feel empowered. And this Rotary donated a lot of money to keep the YMCA part of the community. So that's what that article is about.
Yeah, it's very nice.
All right.
I think we should give her a round of applause for that. We have one more famous person. He's in an ad though, but Lance Morehouse here was helping Coastal Community Bank. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
And it's all yours.
Steve Hogsdale was just here today.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, Steve Hogsdale
They
on
all-
TV a lot. So. Yeah, seriously.
So we do a raffle every week at our club meeting, and you like to give money away, so I'm gonna have you draw the red tickets, the winning one. Yep, that won't be easy.
Maybe it was more than just red.
No, go ahead and read the last three numbers for us, please, sir.
953.
Wait, I gotta check my tickets.
No, actually, it's mine. Yeah.
So now she has to draw a duck out of the bucket. If it has a W on it. Yes. But you have a consolation
Really
prize.
exists.
I know, right?
I saw it. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're gonna do a couple of finds. Let's see, who was last in?
Chris Smith.
This is gonna be a forever.
You got little ones at home. No, excellent.
Put on a repeat payment then.
And when I was in the fire service, if you got in the news, you had to buy the crew ice cream.
Right.
You're in the news there, Miss, so there you go. Good job. There you go. Anybody else want to share a fine or two? Oh, Mr. Rhodes, why is that, sir?
Because I needed directions this morning and I'm not that hot with my phone.
That's okay. We're glad you're here. Thank you. All right, now let's do some happy bucks. Are you happy, sir?
I'm happy to live with that.
All right. You have one more club to share Governor Raj with. Which club is that?
Stanwood, Canado.
Okay.
Good deal.
Well, we're looking
Oh,
forward to
no, you did Stanwood.
You did? Arlington. Ah, okay. Good deal. All right.
Start with me?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, traditional it's Friday, so I'm always happy for that. I think, one more plug for Empty Bowls coming up on next Saturday, November 5th, so we put that on the calendars, we come by and buy a bowl and hang out.
That's a food bank fundraiser.
It is our only fundraiser that we do.
There you go. I'm gonna come over to our treasurer. He likes to give money away too.
There you go. I'm happy that Lori and I were basically able to complete tax return for the Rotary Club.
Was it the full report?
Yep.
Wow.
It was a 990 EZ, which is really misleading.
Yeah, it only took us 3 hours, so it was easy. I mean, you didn't have to have a second session.
Wait a minute, that's 6 hours in human time, then, right?
Exactly. That's an easy form.
Plus all the.
Exactly.
Mr. Gary, it was good to have around 8 or 9 Rotarians out last night doing a cleanup of our skate park. And the only issue that is really kind of demoralizing is the fact that you got people writing graffiti on the walls. And that, you know, that skate park is for the community. And to have people do that is just out of mind when you look at it. But thanks to everybody. I brought some new cloth and they told me, we got better stuff than that. So I don't know what it was. I don't want to know either.
Okay, thanks for doing that, guys. Yes, we definitely needed the rings. All right.
$5. Two things, I was in London last week, which is why I wasn't able to come, and it was a good trip. But it was too good of a trip because now they've asked me to come back not next week, but the week after. So,
Is that London, Ontario?
I wish.
Oh.
London, Montreal.
London, Montreal.
But it was really good meeting, so I'm happy for that. Travel was good, and then for the nonprofit that my family's been working on, we just secured another major sponsor with Microsoft.
Cool, nice.
One of our sponsors here, Debbie.
I was too happy about it.
All right.
Yeah. Wish the best to Empty Bowl for giving a little swag to
I know.
sponsors. So I delivered that today. But that's a happy buck for Raj and Dwayne and Jack with the district. I've interacted with all of them in the past. It's nice to have them here. And a shout out to being a civil engineer. You know, always said the civil engineers never got as much credit and recognition as other professions and what they've done in the world of leadership. So that's really nice. And then a shout out to Scott, who's off the call now, and to all of you who visited my store, and I really appreciate that. It's doing well. Keep getting asked, and our sales in September were really equivalent to what we had down in Seattle the last 2 years. And we do have olive oil from Tunisia. I kept hearing Raj say Tunisia. So, and there's a special event there on November 11 and 12. I probably should put more in since I'm doing this.
Yes, you should.
The holiday community extended hours till 8 p.m. and our gift sets will be 20% off. So that means any little, bags or box sets, which we almost never run a special like that. So tuck those dates away, and I'm sending out my October newsletter hopefully today. So it's about October 27, 28. And then my final happy buck is I really appreciate how many of you have helped over the past year with various things. Jay, I think, has showed up at everything that has needed help, and everybody asks how I'm doing, and I'll say I'm often doing really well, but some moments are good and some moments are bad. It's really hard. Sorry, I don't need to say that.
Well, we're here to support you.
As I approach the 1-year anniversary, it just really gets hard. And I could really use some help at my house in reorganizing my garage next Sunday, so I'll send out some information. Because I had to turn it into half that being used for the store, and it's still just a mess, and I just need a little bit of help with a few things around the house. It's really hard to pay for what you used to have a man in the house to do, so I'll send out more information. Sorry.
Fine. Here is a happy dollar for from our governor. Happy dollar this Friday. And here are a couple both happy and sad dollars for the rain, because my yard has desperately needed it, but it's just kind of gloomy.
Steve? I'll say, I'm happy that we only have 2 more weeks of political ads, and I can start I'm just happy for the colors outside. All the trees and changes.
Oh, I guess it's my turn.
You're able to stay.
That's actually why I'm gonna give some happy bucks. Yeah, I didn't get to sneak out the door at, I'll get you 7:50, so I got to hang out a little longer today, and happy the district governor came. We have, Jack here and Dwayne, so yeah.
Good deal. Mr. President?
I'm happy for everybody here because everybody chips in and does a lot of great stuff for everybody. And when someone's down, they pick them up. So that's really cool. And I'm glad that the governor's here, Raj. I was mentioning that last week. I said the governor's coming, and somebody said they thought that Governor Inslee was coming. And thanks, Jack and Dwayne, for being here. And let's have a great holiday season.
There you go. All right, we're gonna go. Oh, you have a happy buck, Jack?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here and meet everybody. So.
All right. Well, thank you. Governor, you're happy?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
All right.
I'm happy to be here, and it's been a wonderful meeting, and just really appreciate speaking and finding out what's going on. It's been really great.
I'm happy because I finally decided to explore a new trail in our area and had never been on it before, never heard much about it. But if you're interested in a 3-mile walk, Harborview Park, which is down on the sunny side area in Marysville, just Google it. It's a little tiny park with a little tiny parking lot, but the trail along the water is really nice. And right now, the pillars are really nice. My only suggestion is go when it's high tide. Yes, that was the other thing that I did that I think really worked out well, because it's all water instead of all mud.
All right.
So, and then one more, I'm going to San Diego this coming week, and I'm happy that it's going to be raining here, just 50-50. We'll enjoy the rain because we really need it and everything, but I'm sorry I'm going to miss the weather.
Another time. Yes, sir.
I think you need a little color in your basket, so.
All right.
Thank you for that.
All right, let's look at our online folks here. Tracy, are you happy?
I am happy. I love the rain. Sorry, everybody, but this is my favorite time of year. And thank you to our guests. Really appreciated the education. Thank you.
Victoria.
Hi there.
Are you happy?
I'm so happy. I'm happy to see. I'm sorry, our little family has been battling a horrible virus the last couple weeks, but I'm super happy for technology so that I can still work and go to class and see you guys. But I can't wait to be in person with you guys again.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it.
Hey, Vicki,
Yeah.
I'm going to do 2 quick knocks on your door. I'm going to put this thing right on your step and I'm going to run, okay?
Okay. Yes.
Scott. Can't hear you.
Oh, weird, he's not even muted. He might have his computer muted.
Do you have your computer muted for some reason? Thumbs up if you're happy. There you go. All right, we're going to rotate this guy. All right, Amy.
So it has been a great week. I am thankful for the article. My parents came home from a long road trip on Sunday, and it was so good to help my mom. My family had a great time on Monday celebrating Diwali in downtown Lake Stevens. Our family company did finally secure the lot next to Mills Spur. We exchanged the money and blah, blah, blah. So now we own a gravel lot. I don't know what we're going to do there.
May I suggest we put up a popcorn or a corn food stand?
Okay, we'll put that on the short list, the bottom of the short list. My kids are thriving in piano, which just has been really fun. And we had a great time last night helping out at the skate park. And then this morning was really amazing to have Raj and learn about the values of Rotary and where we're going. So I'm very, very happy.
There's every 5. I'm looking forward to sunny skies next week.
Yeah.
When do you take the walk?
Next Thursday.
Wait, so this is it? This is your last in person?
At least for a while. What?
Whatever. I mean, yeah.
We find.
Gotta go somewhere.
We know where he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's on Zoom on the beach.
If you choose to join us on Friday, which will be 3 hours, but after that it'll be 2 hours.
Right. I'm waiting for the 2 hours.
There you go.
You'll never go back.
Blow up your phones.
Better turn them off.
Sam.
So we did have a great event with Diwali on Monday, and that was a promise from Arun. He promised me he would have that in Lake Stevens, and he sent me a great note the other day. And we're gonna have a lot more events with our Indian community. I've been working with that community the last 1.5 to 2 years, and it's just been great. And then I don't know if it's a happy dollar, sad dollar, or poor dollar, but My wife got a horse on Monday.
Oh, my word.
We're best friends, and so I don't know where I rate on the list. Between the dogs and the horse, or after the horse and the dogs and then me, so I don't know. But,
Can you hold a shovel?
Lots of hay and all the rest, so if you have extra money, want to help the horse, let me know.
Where's she keeping her horse at?
You know where the zebra is?
Yeah, oh, right there?
Yeah, right
Okay,
there.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
2 minutes from the house.
that's good.
My happy bucks are for my great granddaughter, Alea Renee, whose middle name is the same as mine, my daughter's, my granddaughter's, and
Cool.
hers. And I'm just elated. She's here. She came on Monday.
Cool. Congratulations.
Now we're gonna get the family table here.
Yeah. All right, well, this is for Jack's software, so we did not have to do the tax return by hand, so really appreciate that. And let's see, for the rainy weather and the rivers horizon, and, I don't know, there's other things I'm happy for, but I'm looking at.
So before I get to our last Rotarian, I'm gonna put in some happy bucks. I haven't been able to make the last few weeks because of work. I worked solo last week and it was really challenging. We took a little break today, so great for weather, great visit with the district governor. And now our longest serving Rotarian, how many years, sir?
I don't know.
54 maybe?
55.
55? That's right. Perfect attendance.
Perfect
So-
attendance. The
We all have
only
some-
Rotarian in the whole world.
Well, that's because I own a Tesla.
There you go.
And the Tesla that got me here this morning in the dark. And I'm really grateful for that. But also, the Tesla continues to save me money. I just saw on my computer that it only cost me $8 for all the driving I have done in the last 31 days. And so that, you know, that's $8 in electricity. So here's my 5 for the Tesla.
So now you're at $13.
All right, thank you very much. And any other questions for the good of the whole of
I
Rotarians?
think we should all stand and give a round of applause for Jim Heath.
Yeah. There you go, Jimmy. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to the meeting here and out of your busy day. And so the board members, if you want to stick around here for a minute, that would be great. And I'll adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned. Did I forget something? So. Yeah, our plan is to go up and watch the
I sent them on.
I don't know if we have time to kind of get the board together for 5 or 10 minutes. And then kind of carpool up there. You would go in the car and food bag, the foundation, and then skates back and then Wednesday's coming up, right? Whatever day your meeting is. You have a meeting once a month too.
We're Governor's going to visit Arlington sometime after the first of the year.
Yeah, okay.
Fourth of July.
Well, he is. All right with you. Yeah, probably. So, we got. Yeah, it took us an hour. We gotta get back to some, Brian and I were. We were working on that before.